Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show today. In this particular Cricket Happening Show, we are first going to look at the Indian Premier League matches. There were two matches which were played. Two heavyweights lost the match. One was, one never expected that, it was a slow pitch, but it was a matter of who had the better skill. On this particular day, Kolkata Knight Riders were the ones with the better skill, as they outplayed Royal Challengers Bangalore on this slow pitch and won this match by 5 wickets. And then we will look at the 61st match, which was between Rajasthan Royals and Chennai Super Kings. Now, as far as Rajasthan Royals and Chennai Super Kings were concerned, it was a very match in which Chennai Super Kings were actually restricted to a very low total of 141. But Rajasthan Royals themselves had a lot of trouble. They lost 4 wickets for 45 runs. But after that, Shane Watson and Stuart Binney smashed the bowling to put on 93-run partnership, an unbeaten, not an unbeaten, it's almost 93 now, almost 90 runs partnership to take their team home in great style. We'll talk about that. And then we'll look at the second T20 match, which happened between Bangladesh and Zimbabwe, which also brought an end to the Bangladesh tour of Zimbabwe, where Bangladesh managed to actually square the series 1-1. Well, so first I'm going to talk about the 60th match, which was between Kolkata Knight Riders and Royal Challengers Bangalore. Now, Kolkata Knight Riders were the ones who actually won the toss, and they invited the Royal Challengers Bangalore to bat. Now, as far as this particular match was concerned, the pitch was a bit slow here. This was played at Ranchi, the JSC International Stadium complex. It was a holiday crowd, and well, I would say many of the Royal Challengers the Royal Challengers Bangalore fans would be pretty disappointed, because Royal Challengers Bangalore were restricted by Kolkata Knight Riders to a score of just 115 for 9 wickets of their 20 overs, which was something, which was a match in which Kolkata Knight Riders, the defending champions, really showed the way it should be played on this ground. And what they did is, because this particular match for Royal Challengers Bangalore, well, I would say this was not something good, because first, in the power play, they hit a lot of lows, I would say. The first low that they hit was in IPL 2013. Royal Challengers Bangalore put up the lowest ever score as far as the power play overs are concerned. There were a lot of lows that they hit, and in fact, if you look at the boundaries in a score of 115 for 9 of Royal Challengers, you would notice there were only, you can just count them on your fingers. There were 5 fours and 2 sixes hit in total in this particular match by Royal Challengers. So that gives you a real idea as to how tough it was. In fact, what I would like to do, I would first like to credit the Kolkata Knight Riders bowling. First, one has to credit the captaincy of Gautam Gambhir, ringing in the changes, having good fielding positions. It was a slow pitch. Yes, the person who actually had the highest score was Chris Gale with 33 runs of 36 balls with 1-4 and 1-6. But he also struggled. He also couldn't really. But there was a real ploy employed, a ploy by the Kolkata Knight Riders to really stem Chris Gale. They wanted to stop Chris Gale, and they succeeded in that. And then all the other bowlers, because of the slowness of the pitch, and the bowlers that the Kolkata Knight Riders had were absolutely suited for it. Now look at it, what Sachitra Senanayake did. 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 18, bowled superbly. Balaji absolutely on the mark. 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 22. But Sunil Narine, as you know, he's a sort of a vital cog in this Kolkata Knight Riders. He always comes to the party, and well, he did it in the same manner. 4 overs, no maiden, 4 wickets for 22 runs. Callis bowled 4 overs in a economical spell with 17 runs and only 2 wickets. Only Ryanton Doshat for the solitary over, he got taken for 14 runs. Yusuf Pathan 1 over for 6, and Rajat Bhatia also bowled 2 overs for 14 runs. Now, Royal Challengers Bangalore really struggled. They couldn't really get the ball off the square. They were not able to hit the big ones. The boundaries were not coming. The sixes were not coming. And look at the card. Cheteshwar Pujara went into a pressure stroke, and he was gone for 5. Chris Gale was the highest score with 33 of 36 balls, 1 4 and 1 6. 17 from Virat Kohli of 14 balls with 2 fours. AB de Villiers contributed 28 of 22 balls with 1-4 and 1-6. And then 11 coming from Moises Henrique's bat of 11 balls. Saurabh Tiwari was out for 1. Vinay Kumar towards the end had an unbeaten 14 of 13 balls with 1-4. Other than that, really nothing to talk about. And let's look at the Kolkata Knight Riders innings. As far as Kolkata Knight Riders were concerned, they did themselves some good here by actually winning this match by 5 wickets. Well, it was a slow pitch. It was a matter of application, and the application came from none other than the person who's been called as a table mountain, and that's none other than Jack Scalise, who really stayed there till the end and saw to it that his team won the match. He was out for 41 of 45 balls with 4 fours. Other than that, Bisla was out for a duck today. Gambhir contributed only 14 of 15 with 3 fours. 18 coming in from Yusuf Pathan's bat of 16 balls with 1-4 and 1-6. Manoj Tiwari contributed a good 24 of 27 balls with 3 fours, and in the end Ryan Doshat gave them the winning hit, and it was all over. 116 for 5, but yes, they took almost 20 overs to do that, but that was not the main thing. Was application. You had to stay at the crease, and when you had a target already, it becomes all the more easy. So as you know, Kolkata Knight Riders won the toss, and they very rightly put the Royal Challengers Bangalore into bat. It was perfectly justified, and 116 for 5, going on to a 5-wicket victory and doing their chances a lot of good here, Kolkata Knight Riders. And Royal Challengers Bangalore, after losing this, have not done themselves any good as far as the rankings are concerned. They would have slipped here as far as rankings are concerned, because Rajasthan Royals went into second position after winning their next match. Now, Rampal, 4 overs unmade, 1 for 17. Abhimanyu Mithun, who played today, 4 overs for 1 for 37. Unadkat, none for 27 today. Vinay Kumar, 2 for 17. And Karthik, 1 for 17. I thought the Kolkata Knight Riders bowling was absolutely suited to this particular pitch, and they prevailed in the end by winning by 5 wickets. Now, just turning the focus here, we go on to the next match. This was the 61st match between Rajasthan Royals and the Chennai Super Kings. And here it was a similar situation to what happened in the previous match, where Royal Challengers Bangalore batted first and struggled. The similar thing, I wouldn't say the similar thing happened. Yes, they definitely had a good start with the openers, Michael Hussey. Here it was Rajasthan Royals for the Chennai Super Kings. It was Rajasthan Royals who actually won the toss, and they also, in the way that Kolkata Knight Riders did here at Jaipur, they decided to put the opposition in. Yes, in their as far as Rajasthan Royals are concerned, one knows that they have been very, very good chasers, and they have been winning matches with lots of wickets to spare. Well, let me tell you, the initial part, the initial 10 overs as far as Rajasthan Chennai Super Kings were concerned were very good, and Rajasthan Royals might have been wondering. But well, Michael Hussey and Murali Vijay played some very, very good stroke. They slowly started playing steadily, slowly accelerated the scoring, and they put up an opening partnership of 83 runs for the first wicket, with a contribution from Michael Hussey of 40 of as many balls with 6 fours, and Murali Vijay contributing. He was run out for 50 balls with 6 fours. And today Vikramjit Malik actually got his first game in the IPL 2013. He was looking impressive, 3 overs for 19 runs. And Chennai Super Kings, from a stage where they were 83 for no loss in the 11th over, from the 12th over, Chennai Super Kings innings absolutely went into a tailspin. They started losing wickets one after the other. Hussey was the first to go, bowled by Binny, but the person who did the damage was Kevon Cooper, who took 2 vital wickets. First he had Suresh Raina holding out to the deep for 1, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni flashing outside the off stump was caught by Watson on the bowling of Cooper. That made the score 89 for 3, and when Vijay departed, the score slipped to 113 for 4 in the 18th over, and then it was left to Jadeja and Bravo. Bravo was the one who actually gave something for the Chennai Super Kings to cheer about by making a quick 23 of 11 balls with 4 boundaries. He remained unbeaten, and Jadeja was not out on 12, and 141 for 4 on the board for the Chennai Super Kings. Now, as far as the bowling was concerned, Vikramjit Malik, the medium pacer, bowled 3 overs for 19 runs, looked good. Faulkner, 4 overs, none for 23. Watson was good, 4 overs, nobody, none for 23. Trivedi, 2 overs, nobody, none for 22. Cooper was the best, 2 for 32, and 1 for 17 for Stuart Binnie. But what was good about, as far as the bowling of Rajasthan Royals was concerned, was that they really plugged on, and for them everything started changing. Till the 10 overs, the ascendancy was Chennai Super Kings. They had all the wickets in hand, the foundation had been laid, and probably Chennai Super Kings would be eyeing a score of probably 170 odd, but that was not to happen with the Rajasthan Royals bowlers absolutely bowling in the right areas. Now, for Rajasthan Royals, a score of 141 would have not really seemed like a daunting task, but looking at the Chennai Super Kings, what they did to Rajasthan Royals, one would have thought it was a daunting task, because Rajasthan Royals, even though they didn't have much to worry about, they just had to really stay there and just get the runs. It was not to be. In fact, Ajinkya Rahane was gone, caught by Vijay of the bowling of Holder was the one who actually provided them a double breakthrough, as Ajinkya Rahane left for 9, and after that James Faulkner, promoted in the batting order, was castled by Holder for 1. That made the score 18 for 2, and when Sanju Samson walked in to join Rahul Dravid at the other end, was looking good. Sanju Samson this time couldn't do much. In fact, he didn't even trouble the scorers, as he was caught by Dhoni of the bowling of Mohit Sharma for duck. That made it 19 for 3 for the Rajasthan Royals. And when Dravid departed after making 22 of 28 balls with 2 fours to Morris, the score was 45 for 4 in the 10th over for Rajasthan Royals. And after that, from 45 for 4 in the 10th over, if you look at the game finished off in the 18th over. You might be wondering why it happened 144 for 5. So Chennai Super Kings absolutely had they had actually tightened up everything, tightened the lid on Rajasthan Royals with taking 4 wickets for 45 runs. But what happened was Shane Watson was available, and Shane Watson bravely unveiled all his strokes, and for him he got some good company from Stuart Binney, who also showed a lot of flair in making unbeaten 41 runs of 23 balls. And what they did is they never stopped once they resumed the innings. After resuming the innings, they just went after the bowling. They decided that this is the last pair, even though Brad Hodge is there, but the persons who do it was Shane Watson and Binney. And Shane Watson and Binney, they made almost over 90 runs partnership in a matter of just, as I said, the match finished off in the 18th over itself. So that would give you an idea, at probably 7 to 8 overs, in 7-8 odd overs, they actually completed the task, which was absolutely commendable, and in the way they did it. In fact, at the score of 45 for 4, Ravichandran Ashwin was also pressed into the attack just to add the more pressure, but really didn't deter any of these batsmen, as Shane Watson deposited Ashwin for 2 sixes. Stuart Binney joined in the fun to deposit him for another 6, with slogging him over mid-wicket, and 23 runs were taken off that Ashwin over. After that, it was the turn for Bravo to get the tap. Bravo was hit for a 6 each by Stuart Binney and Shane Watson, and then Chris Morris came in, and then everything started going. Nothing started going in the right way for the Chennai Super Kings bowlers, and everyone were really hit with lots of power and timing. As Stuart Binney also went after Morris, and he flicked him for boundaries, pulled him for boundaries. Shane Watson at the other end was smoking boundaries and sixes as well. And finally, as I said, the only thing that they lost was Shane Watson's wicket. He was bowled a beautiful Yorker from Bravo for 70 of 34 balls with 6 fours and 6 sixes. That was with the score on 138. But by the time all the damage was done and Stuart Binney was there to cap it off with a 6, he actually put Jadeja over the ropes for a 6 to remain unbeaten on a very attractive 41 of just 23 balls with 2 fours and 3 sixes. Brad Hodge, he just stayed there, having only not to his credit. He was not needed. 144 for 5, and Chennai Super Kings were drowned here by 5 wickets. Now, as I said, 2 heavyweights were actually drowned today. One was Chennai Super Kings, the other was Royal Challengers Bangalore. 144 for 5, and Rajasthan Royals were the victors. And Rajasthan Royals, by virtue of this victory, went to number 2 position as far as Indian Premier League 2013 rankings were concerned. Now, looking at the bowling figures, Mohit Sharma 1 for 21, Jason Holder gave the double breakthrough, 4 overs no made in 2 for 20. Morris went for some tap, 4 overs, went for 36 runs on the wicket. Great Bravo, 3 overs, was very costly, 35 runs on 1 wicket. and Ashwin never bowled. You can imagine this. Ravichandran Ashwin, who has been such a vital person in the Chennai Super Kings bowlers, was taken apart today. 1 over costing him 23 runs. He never bowled in the match. And Jadeja bowled 1.1 over for 9 runs. And Shane Watson of Rajasthan Royals took away the man of the match. So as I said, Rajasthan Royals have done themselves a great good here. They've gone to number 2 position. Yesterday it was Mumbai Indians. Today Rajasthan Royals have actually pushed Mumbai Indians back further, and they have taken the number 2 position. So I think we had some good 2 matches, 2 exciting matches, and there was a surprise element available today, and I'm sure the crowds would have got their value for money. Well, now shifting from here to an international match, the Zimbabwe versus Bangladesh. Today was the last match of the Bangladesh tour of Zimbabwe, and it finished with a victory for Bangladesh. And not only that, they also leveled the T20 series 1-1. Bangladesh were the ones who actually batted first. Made 168 for 7 of their 20 overs. Tamim Iqbal making 43 of 30 balls with 6 fours and 1 6. Shakib Al Hasan made a very quick 40 of 28 balls with 6 fours and 1 6. And other than that, there were contributions from Mushfiqur Rahim, 17 of 15 balls with 12 fours and with 2 fours, and 27 coming in from Nasser Hussain of 23 balls with 3 fours. And they were the ones who actually won the match. 168 for 7 of their 20 overs. They batted first. The bowling, well, one has to talk about Prosper Utsaya's bowling figures here. It was absolutely commendable. He was the one who actually put the pressure on this Bangladeshi innings, because he bowled 4 overs on the trot for just 15 runs and took 2 wickets. That is splendid bowling. 1 for 26 for Brian Vittori, who provided them the wicket. And Shingira Masakadza 2 overs, went for 31, was costly. But Nyangra, yesterday's hero, who bowled the last over, bowled 4 overs for 42 runs and 1 wicket. 3 overs, 1 for 29 for Mushangwe. Williams 2 overs for 16. Masakadza 1 over no maiden, 1 for 4. Now, as far as Zimbabwe were concerned, well, Zimbabwe, they got contributions. They got a good contribution from Vusi Subanda, the opener, for 32 of 19 balls with 3 fours and 1 6. Another good contribution was coming from Sikandar Raza, who hit 2 sixes in a knock of 32 of 30 balls, which was not enough. And Brendan Taylor made 15 of 10 balls with 3 fours, 16 coming in from Sean Williams' bat of 19 balls with 2 fours, and 10 from Malcolm Waller. So basically, this was the time where Bangladesh really managed to actually put the Zimbabwe innings into a tight fix here by restricting them to 134 for 9 and winning the last match of their tour of Zimbabwe in fine style. So that was the T20 match, won by 34 runs. And as far as the bowling figures were concerned, Ghazi none for 28. Abdul Razzaq 2 for 18 was very superb. He was almost identical to what Prosper Utsaya, the red off spinner, did for Zimbabwe. Shakib Al Hasan 4 for 22 was very impressive. In fact, he took away the man of the match and the man of the series for Bangladesh. Rabiul Islam actually making his debut today in T20s league, 13 runs of his first 1 over. Moinul 2 was none for 18. Mahmudullah bowled 1 over for 9 runs. And Shafiul Islam was looking impressive today with his bowling, 4 overs no maiden, 2 for 20. And that thus ended the tour of Zimbabwe, where Bangladesh wouldn't be very happy with this tour, because they would have probably thought, after their very good showings against West Indies and Sri Lanka, one would have expected Bangladesh to put up a much better performance. They lost in the test matches. The one-day internationals, again, it was something that they didn't like it. That's the reason Mushfiqur Rahim resigned. And Mushfiqur Rahim has mentioned that probably that was done in a fit of emotion. And well, now it's all left to the Bangladesh Cricket Board to have a look at it. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, it's almost coming to 19 minutes on this YouTube broadcast. I would like to do it better, but again, time is a constraint, right? So, but well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, thanks for your tremendous support for this Cricket Happening show as ever. And once again, your host Ram will be there tomorrow. There's only one match there tomorrow. The match that is going to be played between Mumbai Indians, and I think it is going to be, I'm just trying to look at it. Yes, it is Mumbai Indians versus Sunrisers Hyderabad at Mumbai, and that should be a good match. That should be a very crucial match determining the standings in the IPL 2013. With this, your host Ram, I would like to end the cricket show for today, but reminding you, dear friends and subscribers, I'll be back with you tomorrow to give you the match reports. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.